Nigeria's Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele has again failed to appear before members of the House of Representatives. In another letter sent to the House and read by Speaker Femi Gbajàbíàmílà, the CBN Governor informed the Parliament he was still not back in Nigeria and so could not honor its invitation. National Assembly correspondent Joki Adisa reports that the House has re-invited the CBN Governor for Thursday.
The latest cashless policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria remains a topical issue among the citizens. While some stakeholders applaud the policy as a step in the right direction, many others have critiqued the initiative as insensitive to the common man. As representatives of the people, many of the legislators here belong to the second school of thought. This explained the rationale behind a motion for the suspension of the policy until the CBN Governor comes before the House to address grey areas. Godwin Emefiele was billed to be on the floor of the House last Thursday, but he wrote to inform the lawmakers he was on an official trip with President Muhammadu Buhari. He assured the House of his availability this Tuesday. But at Tuesday's plenary, another letter indicating he was still outside the country was read by the Speaker.
Regrettably, the Governor is unavailable to brief the House of Representatives at this time because he has other pre-scheduled official engagements he is currently addressing abroad.
The letter drew the anger of some of the members.
You are coming together with a policy that is commencing just next week or 2 weeks. I believe coming back to address some of these daunting challenges is quite imperative than any other things we are doing.
I would just want to appeal to the members of the House with the Speaker to go about giving a new date.
Whether he comes or he doesn't come, we have passed a resolution asking him to suspend, and Senate has concurred. So what we should be looking at is to see whether he will disregard the both chambers' resolution.
The Speaker gives the verdict.
We should resolve to invite the CBN Governor to brief this House on Thursday morning. And if for any reason it is verified that he is unavoidably out of the country on Thursday, that he asks his deputy governor or anyone who is well equipped to fully brief this House so that we do not carry this thing until next year.
The House agreed that whether or not the CBN Governor honors its invitation on Thursday, which happens to be its last day of sitting for the year, the motion suspending the controversial policy subsists. Joki Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajàbíàmílà, has met with President Muhammadu Buhari to discuss the controversies surrounding the new cash withdrawal limit policy introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The House of Representatives had locked horns with the leadership of the Apex Bank and ordered it to halt the implementation of the new policy. But it appears the CBN Governor called the bluff of the lawmakers and also shunned several invitations to appear and explain the intention behind the new monetary policy. The Speaker also said allegations made by Honorable Gudaji Kazauri from Jigawa State against the Governor of the CBN on allegations of misappropriating 89 trillion naira stamp duty fund have nothing to do with the House of Representatives.
Discussion between the President and I, but of course there were issues around cashless policy, issues around elections and the violence that seem to be erupting here and there, and a couple of other very important matters as well. The House can only call Kazaure to order to the extent that is impugning on the integrity of the House or individuals or leadership of the House that have nothing to do with what he's doing. I think it's important to separate the two. If he has a mandate to do something, when that's on him. We have asked when it came up. We have asked members of the executive. They said they were not aware of any mandate or such mandate has been withdrawn. I don't want to get into it. Except to the extent that he tries to, or he attempts to impugn on the integrity of members of the House, and that's a no-no. We have nothing to do with this.
where the Nigerian Senate has demanded the report of the forensic audit conducted by the executive on the account of the Niger Delta Development Commission. This request followed the confirmation of Loretta Onoche as chairman of the new NDDC Board, alongside 12 others as members. The Senate, however, rejected the nomination of 2 of Mr. President's nominees from Edo and Imo State for failing to appear before its committee for screening. National Assembly correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
This is a report on the screening of the presidential nominees.
The Senate Committee on Niger Delta returns to the Senate chambers with its report to advise the upper legislative chamber on Mr. President's request to constitute a new board of the Niger Delta Development Commission.
The committee wishes to recommend for confirmation the nomination of the following as chairman and members of the governing board of Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Loretta Ifeanyi Onoche as chairman, governing board of NDDC. Accordingly, the committee stepped down the screening of the 2 nominees for reason of non-appearance before the committee.
Some lawmakers were opposed to the committee's recommendations and decision to confirm Loretta Onoche as chairman of the board. They insist she does not come from an oil-producing community, and petitions were already tendered before the committee in this regard.
What the law says is that the nominees should come from oil-producing areas. But that anyhow you interpret it, it cannot go outside community, it cannot go outside a local government, and it should, in my view, not go outside the senatorial district.
The truth argument about host community and oil-producing community have not been properly defined. It has not. It's going to create more problem, even the PIA. That problem will be there.
The Senate adopted the committee's recommendations and proceeded to confirm 13 of Mr. President's nominees.
The Senate confirmed the nomination of Loretta Ifeanyi Onoche from Delta State, representing South-South, as chairman in the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Loretta Ifeanyi Onoche from Delta State, representing South-South, is hereby confirmed as chairman in the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC.
The Nigerian Senate further requested for copies of the forensic audit conducted by the executive on the accounts of the NDDC and directed that it be submitted to both chambers of the National Assembly. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.
The Assembly will pass the 2023 appropriation bill on Thursday. President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, gave the hint at Tuesday's plenary when he read a letter transmitted to Parliament from President Muhammadu Buhari on the Finance Bill 2022. He says the Finance Bill seeks to support the implementation of the 2023 budget in the areas of tax equity, response to climate challenges, especially gas flaring, boosting economic growth, among others. Senator Lawan mandated the Committee on Finance to work on the bill and submit during Wednesday's plenary.